There is a truth about your body after 60 that almost no one tells you. Walking every day is not enough. In fact, if walking is all you do, you may be slowly losing the real strength that keeps you independent. It sounds wrong, doesn't it? Because for years, you have been told to keep walking, stay active, and everything will be fine. But the reality is different. Under that daily habit, your body is losing the most important ability you have as you age. The ability to generate force when you actually need it. Think about the last time you stood up from a chair. Was there a brief moment of hesitation? Did you lean forward or push with your hands to get up? That is not just aging. That is a warning sign. Your muscles are losing functional strength, the kind of strength that protects you from falls. The science is clear. Walking supports heart health, improves blood sugar control, and helps circulation. But it is a low-intensity, repetitive movement. Once your body adapts, it stops improving. You are maintaining what you have, but you are not rebuilding what you are losing. I am Dr. Mark. I have spent over 25 years working in rehabilitation with older adults, and I see this gap every day. Today, I am going to guide you through 4 doctor-approved exercises that directly rebuild the strength walking cannot. Before we begin, go down to the comments and tell me your age and where you are watching from. I want to know who is truly ready to take back control of their health. To understand why walking is not protecting you, we need to look at what is actually happening inside your body after 60. There is a biological process called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and muscle quality, and it accelerates as you age. Your muscles are not all the same. You have slow twitch fibers, known as type 1 fibers. These are built for endurance. They allow you to walk for long periods without getting tired. But the fibers that truly keep you safe are different. They are fast twitch fibers, known as type 2 fibers. These are responsible for quick, powerful movements. They are what help you catch yourself when you trip. They are what allow you to stand up quickly from a chair. They are what keep you stable when you step onto uneven ground or climb stairs. Here is the problem. These fast twitch fibers are the first to weaken and disappear if they are not trained properly. And walking does very little to activate them. That is why someone can walk 10,000 steps a day and still feel their legs shake on the stairs, still feel unstable when turning, still feel unsure about their balance. You are active, but you are not physically capable. And that gap is where falls happen. Closing that gap does not require more walking. It requires a different kind of stimulus. You need to retrain these fast twitch fibers through strength, stability, and power. If you do not want to end up in the group of people who lose their independence after 60, you need to start training the right way today. Stand up with me. I am going to show you 4 foundational movements that rebuild real functional strength in your legs. The first exercise is called the sit to stand. In clinical settings, this is one of the most reliable indicators of independence in older adults. Tests like the 30-second chair stand test and the 5 times sit to stand are used to predict fall risk and loss of autonomy. This movement forces your legs, hips, core, and balance to work together. When any part is weak, your body compensates. You push with your hands, you rock forward, you rush the movement. And every time you do that, you reinforce weakness instead of fixing it. Here is how to do it correctly. Sit on a firm chair, not a soft couch. Your feet are flat on the floor. Place them slightly wider than your hips. Your toes point slightly outward, not straight ahead. Your knees should stay in line with your toes, not collapsing inward. Move your body forward so you are sitting near the edge of the chair. Your back stays straight, not rounded. Now cross your arms over your chest. If this feels too difficult, you can keep your hands lightly on your thighs at first, but do not push. The goal is to let your legs do the work. Lean your upper body forward slowly. Think about bringing your chest toward your knees or your nose over your toes. This step is important. If you stay upright, you will struggle to stand. Now press your feet firmly into the ground, especially through your heels. Slowly stand up. Count in your head. 1, 2, 3. No rushing, no jerking. Your movement should feel smooth and controlled. When you are fully standing, pause for a moment. Stand tall. Gently tighten your glutes. Make sure your body is straight, not leaning back. Now begin to sit down. This is the most important part. Go slowly. Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your body with control. Do not drop into the chair. Do not let gravity take over. As you go down, keep your knees steady. Do not let them fall inward. Keep your chest slightly forward until you are close to the chair. Then gently sit. Do 5 repetitions like this. Rest if you need to. Complete 3 sets. If this feels too hard, raise the chair height by adding a firm cushion. If it feels too easy, slow down even more. You should feel your thighs and hips working. If you feel pain in your knees or lower back, stop, adjust your position, and go slower. The second exercise is called seated leg extension. This targets your quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs. These muscles are critical for stabilizing your knees, controlling how you sit down, and keeping you steady when you move. Weak quadriceps are strongly linked to a higher risk of falls, even in people who stay active. Here is how to do it correctly. Sit on a firm chair with your back straight. Do not lean too far forward. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Place both feet flat on the floor. Now slowly extend one leg out in front of you. Lift it until your leg is almost straight and parallel to the floor. Do not lock your knee hard, but bring it close to full extension. At the top, hold the position. Count slowly in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This hold is important. It forces the muscle to fully activate. Keep your foot flexed, with your toes pointing back toward you. This helps engage more of the muscle and improves control. Now lower your leg slowly. Do not let it drop. Take at least 3 seconds to bring it back down to the starting position. This slow lowering builds real strength and helps your muscles learn to control movement safely. Once your foot touches the floor, repeat the movement. Do 10 to 12 repetitions on one leg, then switch to the other leg. Move with control every time. No swinging, no rushing. You should feel a strong contraction in the front of your thigh. If you do not feel it, slow down and focus on the hold at the top. If this feels too easy, extend your hold a little longer. If it feels too difficult, reduce the height slightly, but keep the control. This is how you rebuild strength in the exact muscle that protects your knees and keeps you stable when you stand, walk, and go downstairs. The third exercise is called the seated march. This targets your hips, especially the muscles that lift your leg when you walk. As you age, these muscles weaken and tighten. Your steps get shorter. Your feet do not lift as high. And that is when people start catching their toes on the ground and tripping. Here is how to do it correctly. Sit on the edge of a firm chair. Keep your back straight. Do not lean back. Your feet are flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Now lift one knee up toward your chest. Go as high as you can without leaning your body backward. Keep your posture tall. As you lift your knee, pull your toes up toward your shin. This is called dorsiflexion. It is important. It activates the muscles in your lower leg and helps you clear your foot when you walk. Pause briefly at the top. Feel the front of your hip working. Now lower your foot back down slowly and with control. Do not drop it. Place it gently on the ground. Then switch to the other leg. Lift, hold, lower. Keep a steady rhythm, but stay in control. Continue alternating legs. Do 20 repetitions on each side. Do not rush. Do not swing your body. If your upper body starts rocking back and forth, slow down. The movement should come from your hips, not momentum. You should feel this in the front of your hips and thighs. If you only feel it in your lower back, sit taller and reduce the height slightly. This exercise retrains your body to lift your feet properly, take longer, safer steps, and move with more control. It directly reduces your risk of tripping and falling during everyday walking. The fourth exercise is called seated heel raise. This one looks simple, but it affects your entire system. Your calf muscles are often called the second heart. Every time they contract, they help push blood from your legs back up toward your heart. This is called venous return. As you get older, this system becomes less efficient. Blood starts to pool in the lower legs. Your feet feel heavy, your ankles swell. Circulation slows down. And when that happens, your reaction speed also drops. That is when a small loss of balance can turn into a fall very quickly. Here is how to do it correctly. Sit upright on a chair with both feet flat on the floor. Keep your back straight. Your knees are bent at about a right angle. Now slowly lift your heels off the ground while keeping your toes planted. Raise your heels as high as you can. Focus on squeezing your calf muscles at the top. Hold that position for 2 seconds. Count it out. 1, 2. Do not rush this part. This is where you fully activate the muscle. Now lower your heels back down slowly. Take 2 to 3 seconds. Control the movement all the way down. Do not let your heels drop quickly. Repeat this movement for 15 to 20 repetitions. Keep the motion smooth and controlled. No bouncing, no fast reps. If you move too quickly, you lose most of the benefit. You should feel your calves working with each repetition. If you feel nothing, slow down and focus on the squeeze at the top. This exercise improves circulation, reduces that heavy feeling in your legs, and helps restore the muscle activity that supports balance and quick reactions. It may look small, but it plays a major role in keeping you steady on your feet. Now here is how you actually put all of this together so it works in real life. You do not need a complicated plan. You do not need to do this every day. In fact, your body gets stronger when you give it time to recover. Start with 3 sessions per week. That is enough, not more. 3 days. Each session takes less than 10 minutes. You begin with a sit to stand for 5 controlled repetitions. Then move to seated leg extension for 10 to 12 repetitions on each leg. Then seated march for 20 repetitions per leg. And finish with seated heel raise for 15 to 20 repetitions. Move slowly. Stay in control. That matters more than doing more. Now here is the challenge. Commit to this routine for 14 days. No skipping, no excuses, just 14 days. At the end of those 2 weeks, test yourself. Stand up from a chair and notice how it feels. Pay attention when you walk. Notice your balance when you turn or change direction. Most people feel a clear difference in a very short time. Because your body is not broken, it has just been undertrained. So make the decision right now. Go down to the comments and write, "I am in for 14 days, along with your age and where you are watching from." 3 days a week, 14 days. Do it right. You will feel the change. Walking will always be good for your health. It helps your heart, your circulation, your overall energy. But you need to understand this clearly. Walking alone is not enough to keep you strong, stable, and independent after 60. Independence does not come from how many steps you take. It comes from your ability to generate strength, control your body, and react when something unexpected happens. That is what prevents falls. That is what keeps you living on your own terms. And that is exactly what these exercises are built to restore. Not with complicated routines, not with heavy equipment, just simple movements, done the right way, with control and consistency. 3 sessions per week, less than 10 minutes, 14 days. That is all it takes to start seeing a real difference. Stronger legs, better balance, more confidence when you move. Do not wait until your body forces you to change. Most people wait too long. And by the time they realize it, they are already struggling with things that used to feel easy. Standing up, walking safely, turning without losing balance. You still have the ability to change that. Your body can rebuild strength at any age if you give it the right signal. So make the decision now. Go down to the comments and write, "I am in for 14 days along with your age and where you are watching from." Then take a second to like this video and subscribe so you do not miss what comes next. You have not lost your ability. You have just not trained it the right way. Start today.